Tomorrow is the end of the first ranked season of Madden 26, which means tomorrow you will get a fantasy pack with these 3 players in it, and you have to make the choice. And the whole point of today's video is to make sure you make the right choice depending on what rank you're in. So doesn't matter if you're all the way down in elite or whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, I don't even know if that's even low. Gold, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about what's the best selection for each rank in today's video. So hopefully you make the right decision. And tomorrow's kind of a loaded day. We got rank cards and we got crystals. Oh boy. If you're looking to add the crystals to your team, head over to MMOEXP. They got the cheapest, most reliable MUT coins on the market. Use my code Ferdy at checkout for 6% off. A link for their website is in the description. All right, let's get started down here in the bronze division. If you're in bronze, man, I don't even know if this pick really matters to you, but if you are in bronze and you want to make the best scientific decision with this pick, all right, I would go Ted Hendricks, as speed means the least at his position, I would say. Like, you're not using any of these 2 guys, so there's a debate to use a 77 speed, 6'7" Ted Hendricks. There's a debate for that, right? Okay, so that's why we're going to go him there. The same, I think, goes for silver. We're going to speed run the first 2 tiers, as they don't really matter. Okay, we're into gold now. This is where a choice does kind of come in, because 85 speed is not terrible. I still, if you're here, I mean, you have an 85 juke move, 0 threshold route runner. If you have strat cards, you can obviously boost that. This card is, yeah, I would, okay, so Neighbors, Hendricks. Hendricks is probably the guy here. Yeah, I would go Hendricks here. 85 zone coverage, 81 speed on a 6'7". That's good. The tackling's there, the pursuit's there. And then we also have St. Just here as well with 85 zone, 85 speed. I guess this one kind of comes down to team. And if you're only in gold, I would probably still go Ted Hendricks, honestly, if you're in gold. But elite, all right, elite, we start making strides, all right? The fact that in elite we get an 87 speed St. Just, who is only what? 1 speed behind the fastest corner in the game. EA did a pretty good job with like scaling these cards and kind of predicting where the stats are going to be at all positions, in my opinion. They did a really good job with that. So yeah, I guess shout out to EA. Or, is this the first video since they've been owned by Saudi Arabia now? I don't know. It might be. And did they ever drop any new cards today? Did we get any new cards today? Oh, Taylor Rapp. Oh, Taylor Rapp. Who else did we get? It was 1 LTD today. That was it. That's all we got. Taylor Rapp. No Jet. Cold card art, though. Cold card art. All right, let me go back. Let me stay focused. Okay, where were we? Elite. Okay, elite. 83 speed. This is going to be another. And even if you look at the linebackers right now in this game, right? If we take a look, I'm not going to compare him to Sam's because there's no good Sam linebackers in the game. He's clearly number 1. So 83 speed on a 6'7", right? That's what he's at right now. 83 speed on a 6'7" is not. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, over Sean 6'2". I think that the choices, honestly, for a lot of this, it comes down to who's the most unique. Like, no one's gonna come out and be Ted Hendricks' build. Like, there's not many guys that EA can drop that are built like Ted Hendricks. Is there another one that's 6'7" as a user? Unless we get added positions, like, I don't think there is. Unless they give us like a Carmichael linebacker, that's the only guy that could really beat him. But I think what it comes down to is the uniqueness, and same does also kind of go with St. Just as well, where you have St. Just he's a 6'3" corner. There's not many 6'3" guys that can drop, even though we just kind of got a couple. But I mean, and we're getting DRC, Cromartie, Tillman. I think Tillman's pretty tall, and then like Sauce Gardner is like 6'3" or whatever. So you could get some guys, but I think it's rare to get those corners. Where Malik Neighbors, his stats on this card are not bad right now, but I think I would definitely go at this rank. If you're in elite rank, I would go with one of the unicorn-like players, and it's something I've mentioned earlier in this year, where like only like the unicorn should really be crazy fast. But I guess they kind of abandoned that whole early game concept. But that's besides the point. But I would go, depending on your squad, I would go Hendricks or St. Just. Another thing I want to talk about is the 32 team chem cards as well. Like at receiver, right now you probably have T. Higgins, Devontae Adams, and maybe even like a Crabtree or someone that fits your theme team. So your receivers are kind of full, and those receivers are still very good wide receivers. These are not guys that are they're no slouches. Same goes with corner. You probably have Carlton Davis, Hakeem Talib out there. You have those two guys, and I feel like at user, there's not really like a crazy 32 team chem card right now. AJ Hawk's probably the closest. Greenlaw's okay, but at user, there's probably not a guy right now. And yeah, that's why in elite, I would definitely lean Ted Hendricks, and then St. Juice, then Neighbors. I think that's the best way to do it right here. Okay, they messed up the card art on this one on GG here, but we have our what is this, Hero, and this is the tier I recommend everyone to be in right now. Okay, if you're not in Hero while you're watching this, you still have time. Get into Hero. Okay, at least Hero, because what it does is, yes, the cards go up 1 speed, right? The cards go up 1 speed. But if you have a theme team, it can go up 4 speed, because if you have crystals, or 3 speed if you have 50-50 or 1 speed. It doesn't matter. You kind of get the point. So you have 85 speed, 86 speed, 87 speed potentially, all 32 team chems, and you're also going to have the boost from strat cards from theme teams. So you're going to probably get them up to 90 zone pretty easily. The tackling stats are great. Potentially 87 to 86 speed on this card is crazy, or even 85 is still very good. If we go to users again, you're going to see that, yes, 85 speed is still very good. I mean, as far as Sams go, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest Sam linebacker of all time. But yeah, 85 speed, right? That's what we're at right now for him. Yeah, 85 on a 20 theme team. All you need is a 20 theme team, and you got it. And he's as fast as like Roquan. But I would take this version of Ted Hendricks over Roquan Smith. I think I would. And I don't think that's a crazy thing to say. Is it a crazy thing to say? Let's find out. I don't think it is. A 6-inch difference. The big one would be the COD. It's not. It's marginal. It's Ted Hendricks here. Hit power is kind of a big one. Like, I guess some of the run support stuff is kind of different. But a 6-inch difference between potentially the best user in the game and Ted Hendricks at Hero. At Hero is tough to beat. And this card's 2 million coins. So you're potentially getting like a 2 million value. If there was a 32 team chem Ted Hendricks with these stats that hit the market right now, he's at least a 1 million coin card, I think. At least. Probably closer. He's probably a little bit more than that, honestly. So I think Ted is the choice here in this rank as well. I would definitely go Ted, but let's take a look at Malik Neighbors as well. If you need a receiver, if you want to use Malik, I can't stress this enough. This is not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice. The only problem is this, right? I think at this tier, he can still be beat out fairly quick. If you have a 50-50, yes, you can get him up to 90 speed. Great, fantastic. But I think he can be beat. Like, T. Higgins is debatably right up there with this card because of the quick spin and how the cards play in this game. You're going to have Devontae, who's going to get route tech eventually. But, those are the abilities as well for him. But I think there's cards that could come out that could be better than Malik Neighbors, just based off of build and kind of things he can't control. But I guess the thing is, if you just want to use Malik, this is a great card. Like, you can use him and you'll be fine if you're in this rank. If you're in Hero, Malik's fine. But I think Malik is 3 here. I would go Hendricks at 1 again. I might actually lean St. Juice, honestly, here, though. I think it really comes down to team and if you have, and like how your corners are looking, right? If you're on a theme team that is dire at corner, St. Juice could be the play for you. But I think right now, I think users also just scale slower. That's another thing. Like, I think users also just scale slower. But now we got our, this is also a great tier to be in, champion tier. This is where I've been in champion tier for like, it felt like a month and a half. I don't know. I haven't played a ranked game in a long ass time. But I'll be back for the next season. I actually had a lot of fun in ranked. Was I blocking it the whole time? That's kind of crazy. But you see now their heights, okay? 6'3", 89 speed, which, yes, you guessed it. If we go to sort speed, it does make him the fastest corner in the game, tied with Travis Hunter, behind only himself at top 100. So this card is a 600K card right now. Just think if this card was 32 team chems, which he basically is. If he was 32 team chems, how much would he be? It would be an insane amount. Okay, that's all you really got to know. It would be a criminal amount. And that's kind of what you're getting here with St. Just. He's bigger, he's faster. The coverage stats are good. Run support a little shaky, but this card is kind of unicorn-like. Like how many super tall corners could EA even drop, you know? If we go over here to height, we kind of have a couple. Like Woolen's one that can get upgrades. He's playing terrible, so who knows if he'll get one. Probably will, though, still. Like Brent is not a guy who's going to get high overall upgrades. Sauce is someone that could get upgrades. St. Just is really the next guy up, right? I mean, as far as super tall corners go, we have a couple 6'2" guys. How tall are you? You're 6'2"? I did not know Trayvon Diggs was that tall, but you have like Christian Gonzalez. You're going to have, DRC's that tall. Cromartie's coming out later this week. He's that tall. And even, I mean, I wouldn't even hate. One thing I should also mention is if you want to really buy, if you want to use Neighbors and you don't have a 32 team chem, you don't have all, you're here. There's an Odell Beckham coming out as well. I think next week, not this week, next week, I'm pretty sure. So you can go after him. Let me just go full Giants and go Giants for the vibes if you're a Giants fan. But as far as this rank goes, I think it's between St. Just and Ted Hendricks. I think Neighbors is a great card, obviously, because Neighbors is what he's tied for. He's tied for what? You gotta be up there for receiver speed, right? Like he's number one. He's tied with Xavier Worthy. Again, if Xavier Worthy had all 32, how much would he go for? Like Amari Cooper is pretty much Neighbors, right? Pretty much the same. Besides getting route tech is the big difference with all 32s, and he's going for 1.5 million. So, and then look, CD Lamb. Yeah, it's like there's a lot of options out here. I honestly don't think you can go wrong in this spot. If you're in champion, you got to look at your team, look yourself in the mirror, and figure out what you want. However, if you are looking for a card that's going to last you the longest, I think it 100% is Ted Hendricks. Like 100%, because there's really no way there's not another 6'7" user that could come out. Like they're really, unless they do like Carmichael, like I said, it's the only way. And I think this choice kind of comes between, do you feel like you need a receiver or feel like you need a corner? But I feel like if we talk about the unicorn, I think St. Just is more of a unicorn than Malik Neighbors. I think he's someone that will stay on your team for just a little bit longer because of that height. Even when the speed falls off a little bit on him, which will take a while if you have a theme team, right? 90, 91, 92 potentially. If you have a theme team, he'll be on the team for a while. And even if someone catches him in speed, you still have the fact that he's 6'3". If someone catches Malik Neighbors in speed, the height isn't that other deciding factor for you, even though 6 foot isn't bad, right? So I think the choice here goes Ted 1. The next two are very close, but St. Just is, I think, the one I would go, and then I would go Neighbors. So kind of the same for each of them, honestly, because not much really changes. I think just the scale of how good, like I think like getting the potential wide receiver one is nice, but I think St. Just is also the cornerback one, and then you're getting that extra height and the longevity of him as well. And Ted Hendricks is probably the best defensive player even at this rate. If you can get him up to here, if you're top 100 in the world, you gotta just if you get these cards as well, I would just pick whoever's the most expensive and sell it. That's what I would do personally, because I don't think that's that big of a difference for the coins that they're going to be going for, right? But yeah, you got to go with you got to go probably the same order. I think it's the same order, honestly, in each one. So I think it is close though. And I'm not going to knock anyone that selects Neighbors. I think Neighbors is obviously amazing, but it's tough when you put them up against these two choices. Like say this was like a Derek Stingley, for example, like kind of like a 6'1" or 6 foot corner. With these stats, I would say the same thing. I think it'd be much closer between Neighbors and St. Just. But the fact that he's 6'3" really is what puts him over the top for me. And then Ted Hendricks, obviously 6'7", really does it for me. So that is those are the choices today. I think for every tier it's Ted 1, St. Just 2, and then Neighbors. That's what I would go with. But again, pick who you want. All these cards are great options from pretty much hero up. You really can't go wrong as long as you have a theme team to put these guys onto. So have a good rest of your day, and I will see you boys in the next one.